let's continue. There's 5 days in the game. A 6th one is just when everything is accessible, including the shops during the day. Anything else? Here. I ever try this? It's closed. Okay. So, if I recall correctly, Hermione sent us to the library. So we have to get a copy of Hogwarts: A History, which I have no idea why is that in the restricted section. Like, that's just to make our life harder, I guess. And get the copy, okay. So 2nd floor. There are a couple of prefects here we have to get around.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section.
She gave us the password for the restricted section, which is also Hermione. Why do you know the password? That's sus AF. Okay. Past the library. Where would be a... I don't recall seeing any portraits here. Because there is none. What did you say? Yeah, it is floor 2, which is where we are. So maybe then... There's nothing here. Let me get the Lumos out. There's nothing on the wall. The only extra room I can think of is the one behind the Diffindo thing, so that door. Because there's also nothing here. We don't have Incendio yet. This is the only room I can think of where we should be going to. But it's not here. Past the library. Maybe It's from the annex. Okay, I don't know where are the prefects on the left side. So that's gonna be a challenge to find out.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Right. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
Lost him. There's someone round here. That's 5 points from Gryffindor, Mr. Potter.
How do you know it's... Also, why am I not wearing my invisible cloak? Like, I could easily just use that. I could maybe use some stink pellets. Is this the door we wanted? No.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
Hey, you! That's 10 points from Gryffindor, Mr. Potter.
I'm gonna lose all my points.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
Ah! It sniped! It's... Ah! Come on.
Get back to your dormitory!
No. No!
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
Huh? Get back to your dormitory!
I thought you were far away. At least they stopped taking points from us. That's good.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
There's someone around here.
Get back to your dormitory.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
There's someone around here. Huh? Get back to your
Damn you for
dormitory!
following me.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
Huh?
Aha! The portrait.
Okay. Whew. Oh, I remember this. Oh, I remember this. Longest section of my life. that I could make it. I couldn't really, but it worked out nonetheless. I think I might as well go to the... There's a book here, right? Might as well go back to the library to refill my vials. Just go ahead. It should be the last one, I think. Of course. First of all, since when is the rest of this section this way? I need to feed you with something. I have to get you owl treats. It's not just yet. I'll find you some treats. Good. Oh, I don't have Scourgify. Okay.
Here you go. Brilliant! Thanks, Hedwig.
Why do I think this is not the last time we are here? Unless we are Scourgifying now, which I don't think we do. Just need the one game where it looks like Harry's eating and not just everyone else going the pasties. Oh great. Now that was great. Stupidest thing I ever did. Oh god. Such upper body strength you have. Also pastry. Stink pellets. Scared me for a second. Is there anything else there? No. Now we just have to go back, right? Yeah.
That door's locked.
Oh god.
do I get out of here?
I think I'll have to kill the books and destroy it. There's not much else I can do here. I cannot pull or grab this.
How on earth do I get out of here?
How on earth do we beat this, Harry? Not Expelliarmus. Clearly not.
Flipendo!
We don't do anything anymore. I have no idea what to do. Ah. Maybe I can get on you. And then I don't. Maybe I could get you to fall over. It's the only thing I can imagine. Do I have Lewis out? No, I don't. Okay. Whatever I did, it worked. I don't know yet what it was, but it worked.
How on earth do I get out of here?
Thought I missed the other one. Oh my god. Okay. Now we learn Scourgify. Scourge, sorry, not Scourgify. That was not planned, but I did the job. Okay. Where the hell are we? That's sus. Pastry? Yes.
How on earth do I get out of here?
Well, that's what I wonder too. Potter. Believe me, that's what I wonder too. Chest in here to heal. No. Would be too easy, I guess. And the last one is this one. I'm glad you are dead. I'm glad we discussed this.
How on earth do I get out of here?
Well, that's what I'm wondering too, Harry, at this point. Scared me just a little bit. Leap of faith here. Crawl space. We gonna come back to the library? Is that where it is at?
Locomotor Mortis. Get back to your dormitory.
It's actually gonna be better for me. Well, depending on where it puts out, of course, but... Worked.
Ow!
Are they looking at the scourgifiable things I have to deal with? I'll save. Six, 4 DA1 library under the stairs. These are my notes.
Wattlebird. I managed to get Hogwarts in history, but it wasn't easy. Slytherin ambushed me.
Crikey! Can I have a look at the book, Harry?
Here you go.
Here it is! I'll read the passage out. Hogwarts was founded over 1,000 years ago by the 4 greatest witches and wizards of the age. Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin. For a while, the 4 founders worked in harmony together, seeking out youngsters with magical abilities and bringing them to the castle to be educated. But a rift began to grow between Slytherin and the others. Slytherin believes that magical learning should be restricted to all magic families and that no students of non-magical parentage should be admitted. Eventually, a serious argument on the subject caused Slytherin to leave the school. He built a secret chamber in the castle of which the other founders knew nothing. According to the legend, Slytherin sealed this chamber of secrets so that no one would be able to open it until his own true heir arrived at the school. The heir alone would be able to unseal the chamber, unleash the horror within, and use it to purge the school of all who are unworthy to study magic.
Blimey! I always knew Salazar Slytherin was a twisted old loony, but I never knew he'd started all this pure blood mudblood stuff.
It sounds to me like the horror within mentioned in the book is a monster that only the heir of Slytherin can control.
But what kind of monster?
The kind of monster that can petrify a ghost.
All this talk of monsters is giving me the creeps. I'm off to bed.
Nice.
Gryffindor. Hufflepuff.
I did lose
Ravenclaw.
15 points, somehow only 14 got deducted, but that's fine with me.
Slytherin.
Wow. That's all close. What do we have today?
Morning, Ron. It's Transfiguration first thing, isn't it? Yeah, first floor. I'll meet you there.
Why don't we like go together? Like why do you have to meet me there? I don't hear. So bum. Okay. There's plenty of chests I can deal with. On the way down. Might as well, right?
Hello, Harry. People are saying you're the heir of Slytherin. Is it true?
And did you really order that snake to attack your classmates?
None of it's true. And I didn't order the snake to attack my classmates. I told it to leave them alone.
I'll believe you, Harry, though thousands wouldn't.
It's nice of you to admit that. I thought I would just look to maybe there is stuff here I could get. Might as well bring this back.
Wattlebird.
Let me adjust my notes. Walking from the astronomy tower.
Number 46, Miranda Goshawk.
Okay. I'll see if I can see an astronomy tower anywhere. I will definitely want to fill my files at the library before we can look at the scourge thing there. I mostly don't want to die in the next class if I can help it. This is all we have been to. What's here? Any chests? chests. No chests. No chests are good chests. Is this also locked? Yeah. I'll save. This one is locked. Good. 6th floor has a scourgify chest. Somewhere.
Number 71, Queen Maeve.
Hello. 4th floor. Crawl into this. What's here? Oh, no. Okay, get out, Harry. We don't want this. Probably here. There's also an incendio chest somewhere. I like Harry Potter too. Okay, so I wrote up DA classroom.
Number 99, Daisy Dodderidge.
Library. Good, we have to go to library then. 1st floor and under the stairs. So, library is 2nd floor. Oh, wait, DA. Did you play any of the Harry Potter games? Because there are plenty. Okay, there should be one chest here. Up there on the stairs. And that should be 10 cards, right? Okay, the next one is in the library.
Number 93, Heathcote Barbary.
It's a bit of a health upgrade for us. And according to my notes, there is... Where's the exit? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chests for Incendio, and we haven't learned Incendio yet. And the rest of the cards are probably the minigames and buying them, which I don't plan to do right now. I might farm them out before we end the day. The beans, I mean. Library. Yeah. We can refill our vials at least. It's gonna be nice. Now that we have 2 of them. Why did I walk into that? What? BBB. What's that? Aldred? Let's stay in my inventory? No, it doesn't. It scared me for a second.
Number 10. Burdock will do.
Okay. There's nothing else to scourgify here, but might as well. Should fill all the vials we have. Yes. God knows why this bubbling cauldron is in the middle of the library. It's like Snape forgot it there, but it's very well planted into the floor. There's one under the stairs and somewhere on the first floor. So let's get the one under the stairs first.
Number 67. Justus Pillywickle.
First floor. That's right. Transfiguration. This goes around. Maybe this one then? Oh! That's not a chest. But we have the telescope. Okay. Locked. Open. That's incendiary. Aha. That's the lost scourgified chest I wrote up in my notes. So we have something like a big stone in the...
Number 84. Rolling keg.
I'm gonna go save at the top of the entrance hall, just to make sure. Cluster, okay. Okay, so we can now do transfiguration. Oh, this is the one where I have a skip.
Good morning. Today we shall learn the transfiguration spell known as Avifors. Avifors will allow you to transform small objects, such as the parts of this statue, into birds. This is achieved like so. Avifors! You will now see that a crawl space has been revealed in the wall. Beyond this is the Avifors challenge. Mr. Potter, come forward, please.
Yes, Professor?
The Avifors spellbook is located on the other side of this crawl space. Find it, and the spell will be yours. You must then return here to the classroom.
Yes, Professor.
Off you go.
She didn't even use a wand, she just like pointed. Avifors! Is there energy tennis coming up again? To be fair, I didn't expect anything else at this point. Yes, it's the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2 versions are almost the same. The GameCube and the Xbox is exactly the same, but of course the load times are a bit different because the Xbox One, the console is more powerful. The PS2 has a bit more changes, like the outside area is a bit bigger, and there are more NPCs and stuff. Because the console can handle it, but it has one of the worst load times out of all. I actually didn't like the PS1. It's creepy. But I only played it last year, not as a child. When I was a kid... wait, I have to go this way. Oh. Harry, come on. When I was a kid, I only had the PC and the Game Boy Color version. And now I'm playing them all. We have this and we have the HP1 left of the GameCube. Well, sixth generation as they call it. So, I don't know how many...
It's dark in here. Maybe I should use Lumos.
Yes, you can use Lumos. So out of the 23 games I have played so far, this is the 22nd I'm playing on stream. I played this game before,
85,
3 years ago,
Store.
also the first one, and now we are doing them in backwards order. Did you just come out here? What's the point of this? What else is here? Ah. Makes sense. Cannot hit it, okay. That way. Please, okay. Harry and his upper body strength is insane. And then he dies. Like so, great. Auto jump as its best. Yeah, so for me the PC and the Game Boy Color versions are the one that's... Seriously, Harry? Seriously, Harry? What made me really angry about the PS1 version is the Diagon Alley parts. With that stupid... Why don't you grab the ledge? With that stupid Gringotts minigame. That's... was so painful. That made me hate that game. But the Harry Potter 2 was actually pretty good on the PS2. I like that one. PS1, I mean. Why don't you grab the ledge? Like, what's wrong with you? And this is just the second jump. You have to go all around. Now it's even worse. I jumped. It's gonna be my death. So, Harry. It would be so nice to grab the ledge. Ah, yes. Please, please, please. Oh god. Okay. I wish I played this on an emulator, to be honest. Okay, this is wall sneak. Because then I could make save states, but I chose to play this on the actual console, so I can suffer. Because I like to suffer. I can't believe this. Harry? Like, how can you magically jump from the air? Like so. I admit it, it's very interesting. Okay. I still have a potion vial, yes. That's something at least. No, 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 no! I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Hardest part of the game. Okay. Haunt me. I don't want to fall down, I'd rather lose the health. But I really don't want to fall down here. Why do you force the shit angle on me? Like, camera! Why? I'm gonna die. I wish I could kill you. I don't think I can. That I think the next fall is gonna be lethal. Just haunt me. I'm so close. Checkpoint. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, now I can die in peace. Now it's okay. Now it's okay. Ah, so that's Aviforce. That's not Wingardium Leviosa. Yes. I'm still waiting for like an occasional. What's that crawl space for? It's to go out. Oh, now comes the energy tennis ball part, I expect. And I just get haunted. Is there anything there? I think so. Go away. Come on. Of course. Me dead. It looks like a big skull. I think I'll need to open both bridges, I have the feeling. I don't remember. I just dodged it somehow. I accept it. The hard part of the energy tennis will be, if it's again the same, I guess so, is the ghosts going around. Oh, you're gonna attack me. I can already see that. Alright. Hello. Back to that House of Death feeling. Stand a bit to the side. Hit my shield, dude. Two more. Why are you aiming left? GG. I will get the beans. And we might as well get some more wizard cards. Okay, class done.
A superb job, Potter. 40 house points for Gryffindor. That is all for today. Class dismissed.
Nice one, Harry. You did well there. And good luck with the Quidditch match.
Quidditch match?
Good to know.
There you are, Potter. Haven't forgotten our very important match against Hufflepuff, have you? I'll meet you outside the stadium.
How could I forget it? Chests. Are there any chests around here? Doesn't look like there is one here. No, I don't think there is any. I'll go to the library to heal. At least get some potions. And then I can also do the Abbey Force there. one time I would be happy to get cauldron cake. I got a card.
Number 9. Gunhilda of Gorsmore.
I don't think there was anything else in here. Heal. We have to heal. Or at least get potions. Might as well go up. Keep back the telescope.
Wattlebird.
Toad near the greenhouse. Okay.
Number 48. Salazar Slytherin.
Salazar Slytherin. Okay, we only have incendio chests left. You're already going outside, we might as well go to the greenhouses too. Get the toad. I wonder, has anything ever been in here? What's this room? Because these were empty when I looked at them at night. Or closed.
Number 76. Myron Wagtail.
Okay. Is the Great Hall open? We haven't been to the Great Hall yet.
The door's locked.
Rude. Down here? That's the incendio. I have that in my list.
That's locked.
I wanted to visit Snape. Hello. There. You deserve that, I'm sure. So, Toad at the greenhouse. And then Quidditch Stadium. Would you like a chocolate frog? Yes. Good. We have the toad. Oh. Would have been so cool if, for the speedrun's sake, you could pick up everything in one go instead of always going back to the notice board. Let's play Quidditch, because the World Cup was not enough yesterday.
Hello and welcome to the Quidditch Stadium at Hogwarts for the first match of the term. Hufflepuff versus Gryffindor! I'm sure everyone's been looking forward to this match. I know I have. Excellent passing from Gryffindor. Oh, that was a monster tackle on the Hufflepuff chaser. Good catch by Katie Bell. I could feel that tackle from up here. The Quaffle caught by Spinette. Good catch by Katie Bell. A great save by Gryffindor. Oh, Potter really hit that hard. Hufflepuff chaser really felt that tackle.
You'll never catch me.
Hufflepuff sneaker flies into the lead. Potter's way behind. If Potter keeps flying like this, he'll never catch the snitch. Potter lengthens his lead. Potter really needs to catch up. Spinet's
What do you
catching
mean?
is superb today.
I'm further up than Cho Chang.
That tackle was so hard, it nearly knocked both players off their grooves. A great save by Gryffindor. Wonderful catch by Alicia Spinette. The Hufflepuff chaser was hit very hard there. Oh, Bell caught that really well. The passing's really accurate today. Ouch! Bell will definitely feel that one in the morning. It's a goal for Gryffindor!
played, Harry. I suppose you're worn out after that. I am. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I am worn out, but first I will farm some beans. And then I will go to bed. Alright, bean farm time. We only need 90 this time. Yeah, only 90 because each of them is cost 30. There's 5 cards. Basta bene. More. now I guess Hermione will send us somewhere else too again.
Gryffindor. Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw. Slytherin.
There is one more spell we need to do. And I remember one more challenge we had to do.
You're not going to believe this, Harry. Hermione wants you to meet her in the girls' bathroom on the second floor. She says she's got a plan to find out who the heir of Slytherin is. Really? Yes. Now hurry up. Girls' bathroom, second floor. Isn't that supposed to be haunted?
Haunted or not? Okay, measuring scales. Okay.
Number 49, Elidora Ketteridge. Flibbity gibbet. How much is his Edgar Stroger card?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Edgar Strulger, eh, Harry? Inventor of the sneaker scope. What a genius.
Number 47, Edgar Strugler. Albert Grunion, the inventor of the dung bomb. How much is that?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Ah, Alberic Grunion. Where would we be without his outstanding contribution to explosive dung?
Number 97, Albert Grunion. The limited edition Bertie Bott card. What does that cost?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Bertie Bott, an excellent purchase, Harry. His real genius was in the invention of the unreleased dog spit flavoured bean.
Number 69, Bertie Bott.
There's one, two more cards.
Non-explodable luminous balloons are a great way to distract.
How much is his stink pellet bag?
20 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
So that's 80 for the next time. Right. So if we are going already there, means we should be going to the Slytherin common room. There's still the Incendio challenge though. That's the spell we are missing.
Hermione?
This is a girl's bathroom. He's not a girl.
No, sorry, Myrtle. I just wanted to show him how,
Nice it is in here. I wish people would stop interrupting my peace and quiet. I do have feelings, you know, even if I am dead.
So what's this plan of yours, Hermione?
We need to find out who the heir of Slytherin is so we can discover who wants all the students with non-magical parents out of Hogwarts.
Well, it's not me, I hope. Do you think it could be Draco?
Well, if it is, how do we prove it?
One of us needs to get Malfoy to answer a few questions without him realising it's us.
That's what I was thinking, which is why I've been making a Polyjuice potion.
What's Polyjuice potion?
It transforms you into somebody else. One of us could change into a Slytherin, and Malfoy would probably tell us anything we wanted to know. I managed to sneak a bit of Goyle's hair during Transfiguration class and mixed it into this. One sip, Harry, and you'll look just like Goyle.
Oh, great. Oh!
Harry! Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Try and find Malfoy. He's usually lurking about the dungeons this time of night.
I like how drinking Polyjuice immediately changes the colors of my robe. Somehow. And the game doesn't acknowledge Hermione turning into a cat at all. I know the GBC did. That might be the only one. Dungeons, you say? I can do dungeons. Bye, Baron.
Over here, lard boy. I haven't got all night. You know, Goyle, I'm surprised the Daily Prophet hasn't reported what's going on here. I suppose Dumbledore's trying to hush it all up. He'll be sacked if it doesn't stop soon. Father's always said old Dumbledore's the worst thing that ever happened to Hogwarts. He loves that non-magical lot. A decent headmaster would never have let that jumped-up Granger mudblood in. And as for Saint Potter, the mudblood's friend, he's another one with no proper wizard feeling. And people think he's the Slytherin heir. They wish I knew who it is. I could help them.
You must have some idea who's behind it all.
You know I haven't, Goyle. How many times do I have to tell you? But I know one thing. Last time the Chamber of Secrets was opened, a mudblood girl died. So I bet it's only a matter of time before one of them's killed this time. I hope it's Granger.
Anyway, Draco, I'd best be going.
Going where?
To the hospital wing. Yes, that's it, the hospital wing. I've got a stomachache, and I need to get something for it.
Get going, Goyle, before your fat belly explodes!
I'd better get out of here, and fast. I really should be getting back to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom.
You don't say. You don't say.
Well?
It isn't him! Malfoy's not the heir of Slytherin!
Oh.
He must be! Who else could it be? I don't know, but it's got to be someone who was here at Hogwarts 50 years ago, when the chamber was last opened.
Well done, Harry. You did a great job. See you in the morning.
Bye, Harry.
And they just leave me here. Like that's okay. Is there anything here? Nope. It's the 4th day, so I think Incendio challenge, and then evening we should be fighting Aragog now.
Gryffindor. Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw. Slytherin.
Hello, Ron. What class have we got first today? It's Chance with Flitwick. I'll meet you on the 2nd floor.
Good. Isn't even called Charms Classroom, like DA Classroom and Transfiguration Classroom. They just went Incendio Challenge.
Good morning, class. Today's lesson will most assuredly involve us in learning how to cast the appositely named Bluebell Flames. The proper incantation for this charm is Incendio. You will now see that a crawl space has been revealed in the wall. Beyond this is the Incendio challenge. Mr. Potter, if you wouldn't mind coming forward, please. The Incendio spellbook is located on the other side of the crawl space. Once you've managed to collect it, the Incendio charm will be yours. You must then return here to the classroom. Do you understand, Mr. Potter?
I do, Professor.
Very well then. Off you jolly well go.
Okay. We already start with energy tennis, that's... It's weird that we start with a fight and not end with it. Yes, okay. Wrong button, Ali Force. I have to stand on that? I can't, so... I have to do this side too. Okay. Damn you. Right in my face, thank you. God. I didn't mean to jump down. I have to go that way, I think. It's not as hard as I made it to be. Okay, I recall I have to light these. This guy. There are things in here I have to push. Rude. Okay. So I have to get to that bottom. So I think what I have to do is like so, and run. And then I fall down because life hates me. Yes. And now we have to do the same on the other side. See, I remember some stuff. I did play this game before. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Make it, make it, make it. Yes. Yes. And that should be the end of the Incendio challenge, I think. Nice.
Excellent, Potter. 40 house points to Gryffindor. That is all for today. Class dismissed.
There you are, Potter. Just thought I'd remind you we've got a Quidditch match against Ravenclaw. I'll meet you outside the stadium. Hurry along.
Is there any chests here I should be aware of? Yes, there are.
Number 90, Zacharisa Tugwood.
It's
Number 42, Crispin Kronk.
okay.
Number 82, Rowena Ravenclaw.
Rowena Ravenclaw. Where's the Incendio in the library? I do have to get vials, so might as well do the library next.
Number 12, Merwin the Malicious.
Alright, first floor classroom and around the stairs. And those are all the chests we have seen.
Number 77, Norvel Twonk.
Okay. We have under the stairs. Ah, so why not?
Number 68, Curly Duke. It was under it. Number 89, Alberta Toothill.
Nice. That's all the chests I've seen. I think. I'm gonna save. I'm also gonna. We have to get to Hagrid's hut. According to the notice board, that's where we had to go for the next item.
That looks interesting.
So it's somewhere here. There's a dropped item. Measuring scale. Some mushrooms. What's this?
That door's locked.
Might be like hidden in one of these artificial bushes. Found it. Okay.
That looks interesting.
What's this? Oh, beans.
next match at the top. Ravenclaw versus Gryffindor. I'm sure the players are hoping they don't get near enough to see it, but the ground
Didn't we
have done
play
a really good
Ravenclaw
job on the pitch.
last time?
Angelina Johnson's taken a hard hit there. A great save by Gryffindor. Gryffindor equalises. That was a bone-breaking collision between the two players. Well caught by Angelina Johnson for Gryffindor. Gryffindor is ahead. Well caught by Angelina Johnson for Gryffindor. A great save by Gryffindor. That tackle was so hard, it nearly knocked both players on their brooms. Wonderful catch by Alicia Spinett. The Ravenclaw seeker flies into the lead. Potter's way behind. Potter really needs to catch up. If Potter keeps flying like this, he'll never catch the snitch. Surely no one can catch Potter now. A great save by Gryffindor. Spinett was really rocked by that tackle. That tackle was so hard, it nearly knocked both players off their brooms. Potter was really rocked by that bludger. A great save by Gryffindor. I could feel that tackle from up here. Ouch! Belle will definitely feel that one in the morning. A goal for Gryffindor! That tackle on the Ravenclaw chaser was very hard. That's a goal for Ravenclaw! What a fantastic catch by Spinett! Oh, Potter really hit that hard! Nice catch there by the Ravenclaw chaser. Potter's really moving now. The Ravenclaw seeker zooms ahead. That tackle was so hard, it almost knocked Belle off the
I
broom.
think I have to.
Good catch by Ravenclaw. That tackle on Johnson was really hard. Oh, Potter really hit that hard. A goal for Gryffindor. The ball was passed along the line of chasers. Johnson's catching's very good today. That tackle on the Ravenclaw chaser was very hard. That tackle on Johnson was really hard. With that score, Gryffindor's way ahead. Ravenclaw's really trailing now. Ravenclaw's way behind on points. Nice catch there by the Ravenclaw chaser. Good catch by Gryffindor. Gryffindor is way in the lead now. That was a great catch by Gryffindor. The puck was passed. Fantastic flying by Potter. The Ravenclaw seeker's been hit by a bludger. Ravenclaw's really trailing now. The Ravenclaw seeker edges into the lead. The puck was passed along the line of chasers. That was a great catch by Gryffindor. Ravenclaw wins the match.
That's not your turn.
Crying into their butterbeer in the Gryffindor common room this evening.
If I don't have to win, that's fine. Then I don't care. Alright.
Never mind, Harry. You did your best. Anyway, I'm going back to bed. See you later. little bird.
I forgot to get beans. And I will get beans because
Number
we can
50,
get silver
Lucidora
on our HP
Barkwood.
upgrade. And that's gonna be the last one we are doing, I think. But as I'll buy at the shop. So why not? It's not that old, it's 19 years old. It's not that bad. Ah! Let's farm some beans. We need 80 beans. Let's reload the room. I have to reload the room. I lost 3. Kinda sad, but okay. Okay. So then we don't have more chests, so I'll delete all the chests from my notes.
Gryffindor.
I think now comes the Aragog fight, and the 5th day is basically the Basilisk. So we're almost done with the game.
Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw.
My head hurts.
Slytherin.
Hey, Harry, what do you think of this? I was on my way back to the dormitory when I heard moaning Marta in her bathroom. Apparently, someone had tried to flush it down her toilet. She was in a right state. Careful. My dad told me some books can be very dangerous. Well, we won't find out unless we look at it. It looks like an old diary. Belonged to T.M. Riddle. Hang on. I know that name. T.M. Riddle got an award for special services for the school 50 years ago. I know that because Filch made me polish his shield about 50 times in detention. Well, whoever he was, he didn't write in it. It's completely blank. I wonder why someone wanted to try and get rid of it then. Weird.
Harry went to bed before anyone else in his dormitory that night, mainly because he wanted to examine Riddle's diary. He sat on his four-poster and flicked through the blank pages until...
Hello, Harry Potter. My name is Tom Riddle.
I'm at Hogwarts and horrible stuff's been happening. Do you know about the Chamber of Secrets?
Of course I know about the Chamber of Secrets. In my 5th year, the chamber was opened and the monster killed a girl. I caught the person who'd opened the chamber and he was expelled. I can show you if you like. I can take you inside my memory of the night when I caught him.
Okay.
Harry sat entranced by the memory Tom Riddle showed him.
Evening, Hagrid.
What are you doing down here, Tom?
It's all over. I don't think you meant to kill anyone. But monsters don't make good pets now, do they?
It never killed no one.
Come on. The least Hogwarts can do is make sure the thing that killed that girl is slaughtered.
It wasn't him. He wouldn't. He never. No!
It was Hagrid, Ron. Hagrid opened the Chamber of Secrets 50 years ago. Go tell Hermione. I've got to go and see Hagrid.
Entrance hall. Okay.
Number 51. Ethelred the Ever-Ready.
Come here.
Lickety-split.
I already said the password, you can't stop me.
How much is this stink pellet bag?
20 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Now you can carry more stink pellets, Harry.
This Beatrix Bloxham card. How much is it?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Beatrix Bloxham. If only we had her talent. Apparently one of her readers was continuously sick for 3 whole weeks.
Number 80. Beatrix Bloxham. It's the Archibald Alderton card. How much is that?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Ah, Archibald Alderton. Now there's a man who knew about explosions.
Number 29. Archibald Alderton.
Got everything I need from your shop, guys, so see you never again. So now comes the worst part, the spiders. Okay, I'm gonna save. And let's go to Aragog. Get on my broom. Ah, there's a pulse here.
Bad business, Hagrid. A very bad business indeed. Things have gone far enough. As chairman of the school governors, I've simply got to act and send you away.
Away? Away to where? No, not the wizard prison. Not Azkaban.
I'm afraid so. A dreadful thing, Dumbledore. As of this moment, you are suspended as headmaster of Hogwarts.
If the governors want my removal, Lucius, I shall, of course, step aside.
No!
However, you will find that I will only truly have left the school when none here are loyal to me. You will also find that help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it.
Of course, if anyone wanted to find out some stuff, all they'd have to do would be to follow the spiders. That'd lead them right. That's the key to the whole thing. And that's all I'm saying.
Come along now, Hagrid. We don't want to keep the Dementors waiting now, do we?
All right, I'm coming.
Get some water and have a restroom break before we go in. I will be right back. Alright. Forbidden Forest, shall we? Spooders everywhere. Just wanna go through this part. My vials are full. Ow! Thank you for the follow. So many of you. Leave me alone. Great. Stop attacking me. Just want to run through this. I hate spooders. Especially big spooders.
Is it Hagrid?
Not exactly, but I'm a friend of Hagrid's.
Hagrid has never sent men into a hollow before.
Hagrid's in trouble. That's why I've come.
In trouble?
They think up at the school that Hagrid's been setting a something on students. They've taken him to Azkaban.
But that was years ago. Everyone thought that I was the monster that dwells in the Chamber of Secrets. They thought Hagrid had opened the chamber and set me free, which was why he was expelled from Hogwarts.
So you didn't come from the Chamber of Secrets?
No, I come from a distant land and Hagrid cared for me. The girl who was killed 50 years ago was discovered in a bathroom, and I have not seen any of the castle apart from the cupboard I grew up in.
If it wasn't you who killed that girl, then what did kill her?
We shall not speak of it.
I'll just go then?
Go? I think not.
But...
I cannot deny my children fresh meat.
Up! I didn't think there would be a leap of faith to death there. Oh my god. Stop spitting spiders at me. Nope. If I recall correctly, we have to get Aragog down from there. I think here, nothing really. Oh, God damn you. chest. Come on, Harry. Oh. I vaguely remember which is the way we have to go, but it's very, very vague. Nope. We'll just go back. Do I still have my... We still have 2 vials, so that's okay. I think I have to go up here. Or you know, not. Not at all. Would you like stop? As a so disgusting. Pumpkin cakes. No, pumpkin pasties. I mean, look at this, so disgusting. Come on. I think we have to wall sneak here. Yes. I was watching Nixel playing this in the full series. I think it was this one where you have to get rid of 4 wooden wood that's holding up Aragog's web. And he said that you destroy 3 of them, you keep one of the spiders
Number
alive
64,
that's chasing
just
you,
under Sykes.
and you destroy three of the trees, and then you let Aragog destroy the last one instead of you doing it yourself. Because if you kill both of the spiders, no, this is not that fight. It might be easy. Ha! Burn you! Ah! These bulldogs. Oh my god, that scared me. I have potions. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's still disgusting. I mean, otherwise, this game has very well made boss fights, except the energy ping pong. Would you like get out of my face? Can you show your belly again with a hit point on it? Every time it charges at me. I want to see the hit point. No, 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 no. What do you want? I'll cut your legs off. If you will charge at me again. Show it again. It's waiting. Dad. Hey, Soup.
Look out, Harry! Run! Phew, thanks, Ron. That was close. No problem.
So then that was the PC version, I think.
Follow the spiders. What was Hagrid thinking? You're lucky to be alive. We now know that Hagrid never opened the Chamber of Secrets. He was innocent. Wait a minute. Something Aragog said. Ron, that girl who died. Aragog said she was found in a bathroom. What if she never left the bathroom? What if she's still there? You don't think... Not Moaning Myrtle. It would make a lot of sense if it was. Oh! In all the excitement, I forgot. Someone's been up to the dormitory and taken the diary. What? I went to look for Hermione, but I couldn't find her. When I got back to the dormitory, the diary was missing. What? Afraid so. But only a Gryffindor could have stolen it. Nobody else knows our password. Exactly. Anyway, I'm off to bed. See you, Harry. See you, Ron. And thanks for rescuing me. You're my best friend. It's my job.
I agree, Dutchie. Okay, we end the day. And this is our second to last game we are playing in the... I'm doing a casual full series this year. Well, I started it last year. And we still have HP1 to play.
Gryffindor.
Which I might start today. And probably finish it after Christmas. I did play both this and the one we are playing right now.
Ravenclaw.
And even though I grew up with a PC game, I think HP2 6th generation is my favorite, and this is my second favorite. These are so well made games. Yeah, it is very slow, which is the reason why I'm doing it in 2 streams instead of 1, so I don't die.
I must have slept in.
Yeah,
oh, no.
I grew up with a PC game, and The first PC game is gonna be the closest to my heart forever. Okay. Classroom. I don't care that much anymore. I will go to the library to fill up my potions. Whilst then I save and then I will go and kill the snack. I made my goal in the past 5 years to collect every single game they have and to play everything. Yep, we did play that yesterday for like 3 hours. So when I was a kid, I had HP1 PC, HP1 Game Boy Color. I had Quidditch World Cup. I had the 4th game. I was not a fan of that. I also had 5 and 6 PC. And I think those were all. And
Hi Harry, big match against Slytherin today. I'm glad it's you that's doing it. After all that flying about and what we found out last night, I can't think straight.
Me neither. We can't tell anyone about the diary, and I don't want to be the one who brings up why Hagrid was expelled 50 years ago. And then there's...
This time, let me rip, tear.
The voice. I just heard it again. Didn't you?
Harry, I think I've just understood something. I've got to go to the library.
What does she understand? Loads more than I do. But why she got to go to the library? Because that's what Hermione does. When in doubt, go to the library. Anyway, Harry, you'd better get a move on. The match.
yeah. Let's gather some potion for us, some vegan world. So yeah, I think starting from HP 4, the games go all downward. HP 4 was the worst on handheld. Like that was so weird. Although it has the Yule Ball, so that was the only good part in that. And I do like the open world ones, but I also like the RPG style, which is HP 1-2 Game Boy Color and 3 Game Boy Advance. Those games are very close to my heart. I really like them. I really like the open worldness of 1, 2, 3 on this console. I didn't like the PS1 version. Yeah, I also have the Quidditch on Game Boy, and I played it mostly on PC, and yesterday we played it on the GameCube. I have the box here. I spent so much time playing that game. It was insane. And so yeah, I ended up purchasing all the games. And we played them. Now we are doing the last 8. And I started backwards because, well, later in the story, the worse it is. So I started with HP 7 on PC. Starting from the 4th one, console and PC are the same, so I played most of them on PC. And the one is different, I played all of them. Yeah, HP 1 on PS1. That Gringotts minigame. Oh my god, I almost broke my controller. I played it last year for the first time. And oh my god, that game is infuriating. I mean, for a PS1 game, it's very well made, but those damn minigames. Okay. I think... I mean, I would have to check back the VOD. But I think it took me an hour. Especially the Galleon one. That was ridiculous. And I'm not even... I'm not even going for 100%. I just want a casual playthrough of all of them. And oh my god. That was so pain. Quidditch. Like yesterday we played 4 hours of Quidditch World Cup. Compared to that, this Quidditch is shit. Because the World Cup is so damn good. Oh, I love that game. But yeah, on the, I think at least HP1 on PS2. I'm playing on the GameCube. Came out 2 years after the other other HP1 game, so it has more chance to get better. Yes, it is very easy. I think most of the PC games are quite easy. I mean, if you look at it, HP 5 and 6, you don't even really have HP, you cannot jump, you just walk around. 6 is just a walking simulator. Yes, yes, yes. At least I don't have to win these, so if I mess them up, that's okay.
Slytherin scores. Nice catch there by the Gryffindor chaser. Potter's been hit by a bludger. Malfoy's been hit by a bludger. There was a bone-breaking collision between the two players. Caught there by Slytherin's Marcus Flint. Malfoy's been hit by a bludger. Malfoy flies into the lead. Potter's been behind for some time
So who will win this, Malfoy or me? I think it's Malfoy.
Potter flies into the lead.
Because I'm very bad at controlling this.
What an amazing catch by Johnson. Oh, Pusey caught that extremely well. Gryffindor's tracking Bedley. Wonderful catch by Alicia Smith. Attending the School of Hard
Oops.
Knocks. Flint must be in a lot of pain after that tackle. Potter was really rocked by that bludger. Superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, technically I think I don't have to win because I'm not going for 100%, so it doesn't matter.
Gryffindor's way behind on points. Slytherin surges ahead. Nice catch by Angelina Johnson. That was a bone-breaking collision between the two players. Ouch! Pusey was really rocked by that tackle. What an incredible catch by
Also, I think here, if I recall, one of the speedrunners said that the point where you catch the snitch is actually random, while on the PS2 you can actually time it.
Potter really hit that hard. Potter storms into the lead. Pusey's catching is awesome today. And I'm going to catch Slytherin now. Johnson must be hurting after that tackle. Gryffindor's got to do something special now. Malfoy storms into the lead. Oh, that was a hard tackle on the Gryffindor chaser. Excellent passing from Slytherin. Potter flies into the lead. Malfoy's been hit by a bludger. What a wonderful catch by Pusey. Gryffindor's trailing Bedley. Slytherin surges ahead. Excellent passing from Gryffindor. Potter needs to look where he's going. The chaser's a
Why? I didn't press right there. Malfoy, can you just end this so we could like go and kill the big snake? That snake fight in this game, by the way, is insanely good. Good. Let's move on. They won, yes. That's okay. I'm so bad. Which is also the reason why I'm not doing all wizard cards, because all those minigames are so bad.
So, Slytherin wins the Quidditch Cup.
Never mind, Harry. There's always next year. Hermione will be gutted when I tell her about Slytherin getting the cup. What?
No.
Hermione wasn't at the match? No. I haven't seen her since she ran off this morning. I don't know. She's probably got her head stuck in a book somewhere. Anyway, I'm worn out. I'm off to bed.
No, there are no snails. There's not much in this game, to be honest. They didn't acknowledge Hermione turning into a cat. Oh yes.
Gryffindor. Hufflepuff.
There are fire crabs.
Ravenclaw.
And spiders. And ghosts.
Slytherin.
And flying books. I think that's all I have seen. And those gargoyle things who play energy ball tennis with you. But now I'm looking forward to the insane snake fight. I really like that fight. My vials are all full. I also like how Harry is flying, like he has a hover boots from Zelda.
Where were you, Ron? I'd been to McGonagall's office, and then I had to go to see Hermione. McGonagall told me that Ginny's gone missing. They can't find her anywhere. And it gets worse. It's Hermione. She was attacked. She's been petrified. Huh? They found her just like Nearly Headless Nick, outside Moaning Myrtles. Steph is aboard. McGonagall told me that they were doing everything they could to find Ginny. So, I went to see Hermione. I found a piece of paper in her hand, a page torn from an old library book. That must have been what she was doing before she was attacked. What was the page about? It was all about basilisks. They're giant snakes that live for hundreds of years. Apparently, a basilisk can kill people by just staring at them. Anything else? Yeah, spiders don't like them. They run away when a basilisk is near. And there was something else. Hermione had written the word pipes on the page. Pipes? Pipes. That's all, just pipes.
Ron! This is it! This is the answer! The monster in the Chamber of Secrets is a basilisk! A giant snake! That's why I've been hearing the voice and nobody else has heard it. It's because I understand parcel tongue.
Harry, do you think Ginny might be in the Chamber of Secrets along with that flipping big snake? McGonagall said they searched everywhere in the castle, but no one knows where the chamber is. We've got to find her!
Okay, so what we need to know is how the basilisk's been getting round the place.
A giant snake. Surely someone would have seen it.
Pipes! Pipes, Ron! It's been using the plumbing! I've been hearing the voice inside the walls.
The entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. What if it's a bathroom? What if it's in
Moaning Myrtle's bathroom?
Okay, so what do we do? The place is crawling with prefects looking for Ginny.
I'll go first. You join me in Moaning Myrtle's on the second floor.
Yes, yeah. I'm surprised they actually acknowledged that Hermione is petrified here. I think the Game Boy Color has also a lot about the storyline. The PC is definitely a bit more. Here you just arrive at the burrow and then you just arrive at the Whomping Willow. You don't do much else. I will save. Before the GameCube crashes. I'm scared. But like the PS1 version also had a part where you actually have to fly with a car behind the wheel. Yeah. I think the Game Boy ones are underrated. They are maybe not the Game Boy Advance of HP1, but they are overall very well made games. We are going to the bathroom, right? Yes. We have 3 vials. I hope I'm gonna survive this. I think there's still a chamber here that we have to go. Yeah, it's also not in this one. You learn how to throw gnomes and that's it.
Oh, it's you, Harry Potter. What do you want this time?
To ask how you died.
Oh, it was dreadful. It happened right here. I'd hidden because Olive Hornby was teasing me about my glasses. I was crying when I heard someone come in. It was a boy, and he began speaking a different language. I went to tell him to go to use his own bathroom, and then I died.
But how?
I just remember seeing these great big eyes.
Where exactly did you see the eyes?
Over there, by the sinks.
Harry, say something! Something in parcel tongue! But, go on, Harry. Okay then. Open up. English. I'm going down there!
Oh, how did you not break your knee?
Miles under the school.
Okay, well, that's true. If I would have an Xbox and I would own this game on the Xbox, the loading time would be better. The GameCube, sadly, is not the most powerful console out there. Okay. Is there a chamber we have to solve here, or is immediately snack fight? I actually don't remember.
Ginny?
Snack fight.
She won't wait.
Tom? Tom Riddle?
She's still alive, but only just.
You've got to help me, Tom. We've got to get her out of here. There's a basilisk and it could be along at any moment.
The basilisk won't come until it's called. Let me tell you about the real reason Ginny's like this. She's been writing in the diary. My diary for months. I grew stronger and stronger on a diet of her deepest fears until I had enough power to start pouring a little of my soul back into her.
What do you mean?
Ginny Weasley opened the Chamber of Secrets. She daubed threatening messages on the walls and set the Serpent of Slytherin on the Mudbloods and Nearly Headless Nick.
No!
I'm afraid so. Ginny told me all about you, Harry. So I decided to show you my famous capture of that great oaf Hagrid to gain your trust.
You framed Hagrid!
Yes. But you, Harry Potter, how is it that you managed to defeat the greatest wizard of all time?
Why do you care?
Haven't you realized yet? I am Lord Voldemort, the greatest sorcerer in the world.
Sorry to disappoint you on all that, but the greatest sorcerer in the world is Albus Dumbledore.
Dumbledore's been driven out of Hogwarts by the mere memory of me.
He's not as gone as you might think!
To business, Harry. I'm going to teach you a little lesson. Let's match the powers of Lord Voldemort, heir of Salazar Slytherin, against the famous Harry Potter. Kill him!
Ooh, the snake!
Still smell him. Kill him!
Ow! This fight is so good. Like, look at that big snake. Just slithers around. Yeah, I try to not to talk during cutscenes, especially these games have very good voice. Well, decent voice acting, not very good. Snack? Snack? There's a snack.
Kill him!
Spitting snack? Spitting snack? Laser snack? Oh my god. I really like this boss fight. I'm happy there is no actual chain like
Kill the boy!
challenge here to deal with. Because the PC version takes forever to get here. Yeah, they are not as easy to make them work. Snack.
Die, Harry Potter.
One thing you should also always keep them to 60 FPS, otherwise the game runs too fast and some things won't be loaded and you get soft locked. Move, snack. How big that snake is! Oh my god! It's just never ending. Thank you for the follow.
Ginny is dying, Harry.
So it's not even on. I have the original versions, so even if it's on a disc, it gives the same issues. Lost laser? GG.
Get out of here.
Harry! Ron! Hermione! How are you feeling?
A lot better now, thanks. I'm really disappointed. With all that's happened, Professor McGonagall has cancelled this year's exams. I was really looking forward to doing all of that revision.
As you can see, Harry, Hermione's made a complete recovery.
Anyway, did you know that the House Cup is about to be awarded? The presentation's in the Great Hall.
Yeah, I hope we've got enough house points to beat Slytherin. I'd really love to see Malfoy's face if we managed to do it 2 years in a row.
Well, when you're ready, Harry, we'll go in.
If you don't even house points to secure the House Cup, there is still time. Explore and excel all the challenges. Wow. 436, 200. I suddenly have somehow 400. Hello.
Bad leadership is all about being more single-minded than others. Good leadership is all about eating large quantities of cake.
I'll save and we'll trigger the ending, which will conclude the playthrough of this game.
We come to the end of another most eventful year at Hogwarts. And so, for their many achievements and outstanding commitment to the school, it is with great pleasure that I present the House Cup to Gryffindor.
Are there credits? Anything? You won the House Cup, that's something.
Harry told them everything. For nearly a quarter of an hour, he spoke into the rapt silence. He told them about hearing the disembodied voice, how Hermione had finally realized that he was hearing a basilisk in the pipes, how he and Ron, following a hint from Hagrid, had followed the spiders into the forest, that Aragog had told them where the last victim of the basilisk, 50 years before, had died, how he had guessed that Moaning Myrtle had been the victim, and that the entrance to the basilisk's lair, the Chamber of Secrets, might be in her bathroom.
But how did you all get out of there alive?
Well, it had a lot to do with loyalty and friendship.
And courage. Harry, you can't forget that.
Yes, and courage too.
Professor Dumbledore explained that 50 years ago, Lord Voldemort, as the 16-year-old Tom Riddle, had enchanted his diary, and that diary had enchanted Ginny. For it was Lucius Malfoy who had planted Tom Riddle's diary on the hapless Ginny Weasley. And as for Harry, well, once again, he truly was the boy who lived.